Good day everyone! For today's video naman, we will talk about the acquisition of identical shares before and after losing a share. So here is the illustration number 3. In 2020, Mr. Iriga had the following transactions in the shares of Naga Corporation, a domestic corporation. So date, January 4, transactions, purchase, shares 15,000 pesos, price per share 20 pesos, and the value is 300,000 pesos. On February 15, transactions, purchase, shares 5,000, price per share 21 pesos, value 105,000 pesos. February 28, transactions, sale, shares 12,000, price per share 18 pesos, value 216,000. March 4, the transaction is purchase, shares 3,000, price per share 16 pesos, value 48,000. April 1, where the transaction is purchase, shares 7,000, price per share 14 pesos, value is 98,000. The shares sold on February 28 were the shares bought on January 4, 2020. Meaning, ang share na nabenta noong February 28 ay yung shares na binili noong January 4. So, the capital loss is 24,000. Ang formula para makuha natin ang capital loss na 24,000 ay 18 pesos per share selling price noong February 28 minus 20 pesos cost per share noong January 4 times 12,000 shares sold on February 28. When we compute it, ang lalabas ay negative 24,000. Tingnan naman, kapag sinabi nating loss, ito ay lugi. So, kaya negative yung lumabas. Mayroong 12,000 shares na naibenta ng lugi noong February 28, while mayroong 8,000 replacement shares in the 61-day period. Saan nga ba nanggaling yung 8,000 na ito? Ang 5,000 ito ay nanggaling sa shares na na-acquired noong February 15 before the sale na naganap noong February 28. At ang 3,000 ay galing sa acquired sale noong March 4 after the sale naman noong February 28. So, kapag pinag-add natin yung 5,000 and the 3,000, the answer is 8,000. Since ito ay partial replacement, the capital loss should be split as follows. So, deferred loss, ito yung deduction when calculating any net profit or loss from the activity in that future year. Para makuha ang deferred loss, i-divide natin ang 8,000 na replacement share sa 12,000 na shares sold at a loss, then itatimes sa 24,000 na capital loss. So, ang ating deferred loss ay 16,000. At the deductible loss na 8,000, para naman makuha ito ay 4,000 shares naman ang i-divide sa 12,000 na shares sold at a loss, then itatimes din sa 24,000 na capital loss. So, after nating mapag-add ang deferred loss na 16,000 at deductible loss na 8,000, we have 24,000 na capital loss. Ang adjusted basis of replacement share acquired on February 15, 2020 shall be purchase price or yung value na 105,000 on February 15 at deferred loss na 10,000. Ang formula naman para makuha natin ito ay 5,000 shares noong February 15 divided by 8,000 na replacement share times 16,000 na nakuha natin kanina sa deferred loss. So, the total amount basis of 5,000 replacement shares on February 15 is 115,000. Ang next naman ay yung adjusted basis of the replacement shares acquired on March 4, 2020. Kung kanina ay adjusted basis of the replacement before the sale, ngayon naman ay yung after the sale. The purchase price or value on March 4 is 48,000. At the deferred loss na 3,000 shares on March 4 divided by 8,000 replacement shares times 16,000 na nakuha nga natin kanina dun sa deferred loss. So, after nating ma-add ang total basis of 3,000 replacement share on March 24 is 54,000. So, now let's move on to illustration number 4. no replacement shares in the 61-day period. On January 18, 2020, Mr. Mulanay bought 10,000 shares of General Luna Corporation for 100,000. On February 6, he sold the same shares for 95,000 pesos. On March 28, 2020, he bought 5,000 shares for 55,000. Note na ang March 28 acquisition ay lampas na sa 61 na araw. Since na ang illustration 4 na ito ay nagsasaad na no replacement shares in the 61-day period, ang 5,000 na shares na binili niya noong March 28 ay hindi na considered as wash sale loss, bagkus sa isang deductible realized loss against the capital gain from the sale of domestic stocks directly to a buyer. Kaya nga magiging basis na ng mga shares na binili noong mga shares noong March 28 ay ang 55,000 pesos. So, ang next topic is the rational wash of the sales rule. When we say wash sales rule, ito ay a regulation that prohibits a taxpayer from claiming loss on the sale and repurchase of identical stocks. Sinasabi na ang wash sales rule ay hindi applicable sa mga dealers in securities kasi as it is normal way of business for them to buy and sell stocks. As a result, realize gains or incur losses within short duration of time. The wash sales rule is intended to prevent taxpayers from feigning temporary losses which could enable them to manipulate their reportable taxable net gain. Hence, the prohibition against the claim of wash sales is not absolute rule, but is a form of deferral loss intended to reflect the economic substance of the transaction. Ang mga investors ay naghahanap to write off any capital losses need to beware of wash sales which can derail their attempt to claim a deduction during tax time. Ang wash sales ay isa sa mga pangunahing pitfalls o yung tinatawag na patibong, kung familiar kayo dito, na dapat iwasan kapag sinubukang samantalahin ang tax loss harvesting upang bawasan ang iyong mga buwis. So, the advantages of wash sales rule ay hindi ka papayagang i-claim ang iyong loss on your taxes. Instead, ang kailangan mong gawin ay idagdag ang iyong loss to your cost basis in the new position. Kapag naibenta mo ang new stake, saka mo pa magagawang i-claim ang pagkalugi. So, the next topic that we will discuss is the tax-free exchanges, the merger and consolidation. Ang merger or consolidation ay isang sitwasyon kung saan nagsasama-sama ang dalawa o higit pa na mga korporasyon. One corporation which can retain its corporate existence observing or merging in itself. The other one is a corporation which disappears as a separate corporation. It is a absorption of one corporation by another which survive. So, stockholders of a domestic corporation may exchange their stocks for the stocks of another corporation pursuant to a plan of merger or consolidation. The gains or losses on share swap pursuant to a plan of merger or consolidation will not be recognized for taxation. In a share swap pursuant to a plan of merger or consolidation, the shareholders of the acquired corporation will be integrated in the acquiring corporation. At ang tawag sa shares of the acquired corporation is replacement with the shares of acquiring corporations. In effect, ang transaction ay nasasangkot lang sa pagpapalit ng shares of stock of the shareholders of the absorbed corporation, with them being simply integrated as shareholders of the acquiring corporations. The reason why there is a merger and consolidation include operational efficiency, eliminating competition, and getting access to new markets. So, mergers are great for the companies to increase their products' market value and eliminate competition. Similarly, consolidations are advantageous for companies to streamline business processes and reduce operational expenses. So here is the illustration. Mr. Santiago was required to surrender his Karanglaan INC shares in exchange for Valor shares with a total fair value of 1,200,000 pesos pursuant to the merger of Karanglaan INC and Valor INC. The Karanglaan shares were previously purchased by Mr. Santiago for 1 million pesos. So to compute the indicated gain, we need to subtract the fair value of Valor shares received or yung tinatawag na selling price na nagkakahalaga na 1,200,000 pesos and the cost of Karanglaan shares exchange na 1 million. So 1,200,000 pesos less 1 million is equals to 200,000 pesos. The 200,000 is the indicated gain. So, hindi ito taxable kasi ang exchange na involves ay between stocks for stocks. Similarly, an indicated loss shall not likewise be recognized at yung 1 million na tax basis ng Karanglaan shares na binigay ay dapat i-carried over bilang substituted basis of the Valor shares received. And that's all. Thank you.
Angeli May Gutierrez, signing off.